Welcome back to Invest Global. Today we're going to be returning to Blank Wallet, a project we've talked about in the past, really the decentralized, better version of Metamask. Yes, while some people would say Metamask is decentralized, this isn't black and white. You have to realize that there are different levels of decentralization. You can't just slap the blanket statement on there that, oh, just because they say they're decentralized, they're decentralized. No, you have to actually look at what they're doing. That's why I like Blank Wallet, because they actually are decentralized. Plus, on top of that, they have their native token. We'll be walking you through actually how you can purchase the native token on PancakeSwap, basically from all profits from, I called the cake token when it was under $1, and now it's done a 40x. So we're just going to be using a practice account on MetaMask. Sadly, we're still using MetaMask because that's one thing to keep in mind is Blank Wallet hasn't necessarily rolled out the actual full product yet. They do have a lot of the technology already kind of open sourced here, so you can see what they're doing, but you can request early access here if you would like. Maybe if you're looking to share this with other people. I have requested early access, so hopefully the team will get back to me and I can do a even third video on Blank Wallet because I'm really, really bullish on this project. I like the token. Not a sponsored video, by the way. This is just, I don't really do any sponsored videos on this channel. I will always announce it if I do and kind of make that clear. We'll also be talking about the white paper, some of the things around the token. Let's hop right into it. So, as I said, near the end, we will do the actual transfer on PancakeSwap, showing you kind of how to do that, and then talking about the Blank token. So Blank hides your financial data by mixing transfers with a pool of funds within Blank, ensuring that outward transfers remain anonymous. Your privacy level only goes up with each additional transfer inside. So that is interesting. It's kind of like shifting these things around instead of just, when you're doing a transaction, for example, on ETH Explorer, BSC Explorer, or whatever Explorer you're using, whatever blockchain Explorer. The problem is it's all open source, right? Like that's the beauty of the blockchain, so you can see all the transactions. But sometimes you can actually see the IP address. So, for example, what they say down here, and one of the reasons I think you can kind of distinct this from something like MetaMask is, yes, MetaMask is a lot better than a bank account, right? It's a lot better than having a centralized bank account where anyone at any point in time can shut you down if they don't like what you're doing. But with MetaMask is kind of the first step. You could say like maybe having crypto on exchange is the first step, then having it in your own wallet, or maybe like mobile wallet. I would consider MetaMask like a step above a mobile wallet. So maybe going from exchange to something like Exodus, Trust Wallet, Konomi, those mobile wallets I talked about, then going to a Web3 wallet. So maybe you're using, you can use something like Coinbase wallet, I guess, if you want to. I don't necessarily recommend it. Definitely would much rather have you using something like Blank Wallet, or the best way to do it is either a paper wallet or a hardware wallet. But when you're interacting with decentralized protocols, which I often do and I talk a lot about on this channel, which you should do kind of actively if you're interested in this space, not just to learn, but actually qualify yourself, put yourself in the position for a potential airdrop for this project. But again, you're learning about these things before the masses do. It's like learning about the internet before the dot-com boom. So you have this competitive edge. Moving on. So as I said, even before you connect your wallet, your IP address is exposed, not exposed. Once you connect, your wallet address is exposed. If anyone wants to trace you, they can see the decentralized apps you use, the transfers you make, and the amount of crypto you hold in your account. So the caveat to that obviously would be if you're using something like a VPN. I recently made a video on the top 3 VPNs, talked about NordVPN, Mullvad VPN, which I prefer for crypto, and then ExpressVPN, which is a bit more of like a beginner VPN. Wouldn't necessarily recommend the most, but if you're trading on anything under like $10,000, sure, use ExpressVPN. But when you get in kind of the 6 figures, I use multiple VPNs actually. I think I currently have 3. Yeah. So conceal your wealth. Only you can see, access, and manage your funds. We group your wealth with other individuals under a smart contract. So that's kind of what they're talking about, kind of mixing all those things in the pool instead of just having you like sticking out of the pool, kind of exposed with your IP address. Hide origins of your wealth. Information about how you acquired your wealth should stay with you. We give you the option to hide or show your wealth origins. So this is kind of important, guys, in my opinion, again, I focus a lot on emerging markets. So kind of take a step back out of the crypto market. And the reason I call this channel Invest Global, it's not like invest crypto or whatever, is because it's not just about crypto. It's about looking at all different asset classes and understanding, okay, what are the trends? And I think the crypto industry or the blockchain space is absolutely incredible long term, but it has a cycle. So it's important to kind of ride this wave of the bull run. And then in the bear market, I will continue to be talking more things about, citizenship by investments, residency programs, bonds, stocks. Bonds is something that I would be shorting. I would not be longing bonds currently. I'll tell you that. things like real estate, stocks, emerging markets, commodities, like I said, and then alternative investment classes. But again, in this bull run, it's important to actually capitalize on this because, in my opinion, this bull run will definitely create generational wealth. It already has for a lot of people. I mean, 40x gains on what I just said, PancakeSwap. That's in what, 3 months? I called it in February, at the beginning of February. It was in our altcoin picks, and I talked about it even before that. And what is that? 40x plus, and that's just, in my opinion, the beginning. I mean, PancakeSwap could do even more. Projects have done 200 times in some launch pads. Projects have done 100x. You get the point. So the idea here is, let's say you're in, I don't know, a country where India is a great example. I was actually speaking with someone that had reached out about a citizenship by investment program that's from India. And India they're very, very strict when it comes to kind of second passports, renouncing your citizenship, all these different things. And obviously with their crackdown on crypto, it's sad to see because they really could be capitalizing on this. India is an incredible market in my opinion, but they're kind of going in the wrong direction. So hopefully we see some change in the government. Hopefully somebody goes and kind of explains what's really going on to them and basically explains that, hey, if you don't accept this, they're just going to go somewhere else. This is going to go where it's treated best. This isn't just going to, you're not just going to block this and your citizens aren't going to use it. No. The usage of the crypto market in general went up when India banned it. So again, if somebody's looking to really protect themselves, make sure they're safe, and kind of unbank themselves, if you will, blank wallet's a great way to do this. You can go blank, like they say. I like the catchphrase because you can cover your trading activity. Again, no KYC, maximum privacy. Each time you make a withdrawal or a new trade, you start on a blank piece of paper, a new wallet with no previous activity history. Guys, I mean, the altcoin is ridiculously undervalued. Again, we'll get to that here in a second, but $38 million in market cap. It does make sense in my opinion because they haven't fully rolled out the actual blank wallet, but hopefully the team will accept my application for using it early. So if you follow us on Twitter, I don't use Twitter all that often, but maybe tweet at them. I will have their Twitter link down below, along with all the other links, obviously. But let's see here. I have it linked down below in the description again. I don't use it all that often, but I'm starting to try and use it more. Invest Global _IO. I just don't really have the time, but yeah. Anyways, let's see. That's mostly it. Obviously it's a Chrome extension, just like Metamask, except it's a lot better in a lot of ways. It's basically using kind of the best of these other private altcoins, similar to Pirate Chain. I would love to see a kind of collaboration between Pirate Chain and Blank Wallet because these are two privacy-focused projects that I really, really love, is Pirate Chain and Blank. They both have obviously done multiple percentage gains, pretty ridiculous gains since I began talking about them, especially Pirate Chain. But let's go into the Blank token and then move into Twitter, and then lastly show you how you can buy this on PancakeSwap. Or you can buy it on Uniswap, but PancakeSwap you have lower fees, and I know people are concerned about that. I'm just going to show you with this, like literally trading one cake token, which was at one point worth $1, and now it's worth like $40+ into some blank wallet. And it's interesting. This is all what trading is when something has a high market cap, when you got into it at low market cap, you can take some of that froth that's gone off the top and put it into some low cap projects. So you don't, like, for example, I already hold some blank, but in this video, the blank that I'm acquiring, like for anyone watching, I mean, it's one cake token, $40. It's really not that much, especially when you got into it at $1. So it's for kind of the sake of the tutorial to show you this. We'll get to that here in a second. So let's dive into the Blank token. So Blank is a project that was born out of the community, right-minded individuals. With Blank, we drive forward values that are shared with both our team and users. We all seek to regain the rights of privacy, anonymity, and were unfortunately lost over the years. We thus envision Blank as a primary community-driven venture, the success of which significantly depends on more and more users joining the platform. The strength of our community will be physically immortalized with the use of the Blank utility token. The holders of our token will become a crucial part of Blank's growth. It will enable liquidity provision for the platform, serve as a marketing mechanism, and strongly ingrain our name into the decentralized finance space. Beyond that, we have built Blank token so that it will be deeply rooted in the product's ecosystem. We will now discuss 5 major ways the Blank token becomes an integral part of the wallet. Okay, so we're just going to kind of glance over these. I can do a deep dive video into this, but this has gone a little longer than expected. Okay, so 7.1, fee reduction for token holders. So let's see, blah, blah, blah. Such a fee reduction will depend on the amount of tokens held. Okay, so similar like Binance. Again, I'm going to go kind of quick through these. So similar to Binance, if you're using this Binance exchange, if you hold the BNB token, the native token, you have lower fees. So it's similar to what they're doing here. Token burn of 50% of the fees. That is great because it's deflationary. Liquidity providers earn 50% of the fees. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. So you can earn passive income essentially if you're providing liquidity, if you're an LP on Blank. Referral and reward system. Use only Blank tokens. So that's good to see. Like if someone was planning on promoting this project, I'm doing this again. I'm not affiliated with the project at all. Maybe upcoming, I might. I mean, this is a great project in my opinion. Even if I am not partnered with them at all, I would still, because I believe in it fundamentally. Like this is incredible, especially because so many people are using MetaMask or like Wallet Connect or Coinbase Wallet. We need something like this, and I hope they can roll this out quite soon. So exclusive features and access first functionality to token holders. Yeah, so that's basically it. Okay, moving on to the Blank Wallet Twitter. As I said, go give them a follow here. At Blank Wallet, go give us a follow. Link down below. Sentimental analysis. You can see I don't really like looking at followers for sentimental analysis because you can just purchase followers. Not saying that they did, by the way, but any project can do this. Like if you're just some fly-by-night project, which I don't think Blank is, you can just purchase followers. What's more important is engagement, and they look like they have decent engagement. I was going to check out one of these earlier ones. So announcing Blank Wallet Early Access. We've sent out emails to a larger group of access subscribers. Check the email and try out the version and share your feedback. So that's good to see. Again, if you have applied for this, like when I made that first video, go check that out. Love what they're doing there. Okay, so moving on. The Blank token right now is worth about $2. It's around, like I said, $38 million market cap. You can see on this max chart, if we zoom all the way out, Blank has had some interesting price history. The one thing that's always kind of controversial is when a low cap project gets pumped out by someone that has a very, very large following of active crypto investors that have a lot of capital, it can pump the price. That's why I don't like to go like, hey, you should buy this now or you should sell this now. Rather, I say, look at these projects fundamentally, do your own research, watch the video down below, like all these things. If it's like a monthly altcoin pick video, the point is not to buy at the beginning of the month and sell at the end of the month. Rather, I personally am averaging into these projects and averaging out as they pump. So if it's dropping, I average in because I believe in them fundamentally. If I showcase any project on a altcoin pick video in a given month, I believe in those projects for the long term, for the most part. I've talked about this before. So anyways, I have this 3-pronged approach. So the kind of like a trident approach. So the first is kind of acquiring your core position. So you could talk about that as like averaging into a project. We talked about that in the tiered investment strategy video, which is it's called the Global Investment Framework video, link down below in the description. So that's your core position. Then you have your short-term like trading position. So you trade in and out to gain a better position and maybe like capture some profits. You can scrape those off the top. And then I always have stable coins allocated to a given project that I'm interested in 4 times to average in. Okay, so for these massive dips, corrections, you see this has been in this falling channel for a long time. Now it's kind of at this level of a little bit of a support level here. This is one like Sheldon Evans. I'm just going to say the name. By the way, a great YouTube channel, but he has such a large following that it pushes something like this ridiculously high. So luckily, I was able to acquire some before this massive pump. But I think this is a great position to average in on. So let's go and do that, actually. I'll show you exactly how to acquire the Blank token. And then hopefully, like I said, we can set up a video soon on the kind of like a tutorial on their actual like Chrome extension thing. So here we click the PancakeSwap one. I already have PancakeSwap pulled up, so I'm already logged in. Sadly, I still have to use MetaMask. I think MetaMask is okay for like short term. The only funds I hold on a MetaMask, which I have multiple MetaMask accounts. I talked about that, like using like I personally have like 5 or 10 MetaMask accounts, something like this, somewhere in that range. Last I remember, it's like 8, but I always have like a couple that are just like backup ones because you never know with something like this. Again, MetaMask has its problems. Whenever you're importing a token, it'll show you this kind of warning. It's the same thing on Uniswap. So here we are not selling Blank because in this wallet, this is a percentage of my cake holdings. So I think it's like around what, like 26 cake or something like this. Let's go here. Cake. Again, I like to split up funds with anything that you're using these decentralized protocols in, because there is always that risk of something bad happening. So first of all, I like to hold the majority of my funds not on staking. So again, like long-term holds off any exchange in your own storage. But in this case, with Cake, I was staking this for a little bit. These Cake tokens, and this is like literally, I think this is the 27 Cake is the profits, like the amount I earned from staking, which is like $1,000, and that was in like what, couple of months. Like, yeah, ridiculous. So 27 cake. Let's use one cake and just show you how fast this is on Binance Smart Chain. One important thing to always understand when you're using this on a DEX that's not Uniswap, or even on Uniswap, to a token that's like this where you have to import it, is make sure the up-to-date feed on here. So for example, cake is around $40, blank is around what, now it's saying $2.02. So that's about right? I mean, that's about the correct amount. So we want to just make sure to double check that. We'll pop the one on, make sure we should get around, yeah, so, oh, come on, did it? Oh, my bad, it was on the wrong one. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, we should get around 20 blank tokens. So first you have to approve cake. Just to approve a new token on Uniswap, the fees are like, it's like $15 in ETH. But on here, it's 0.0001 or 0.001 BNB, and then to swap, watch. I mean, you can't see my MetaMask, by the way, because I'm not recording my full screen. I'm just recording the browser, just for security purposes. Even though I have multiple MetaMasks, don't want anyone trying to get in. All right, taking a second to load. But once these go throughs, usually it's very, very quickly. If it takes a long time at all, I'll just edit this part out. But what you want to keep in mind is you need to make sure that you have the exact right token address. So that's one thing where if you're on the official site's Twitter and it's the link to this, typically it's correct, but it's still understandable to do to double check these things. So to actually check, okay, so there's a problem. There's just some problem with the network. We can just redo this real quick. Here we go. Okay, so let's just reload the page and we'll get it going here. But this is, again, guys, all part of getting into something at a semi-early stage is having to go through these things. So if there's a problem, it's like, man, if you can't bear through any short-term lag things with this, you probably don't deserve to be in this. This is probably not the industry for you, because there will be hiccups, there will be problems here, and this is a great example of it. I think it's mostly because cake. I mean, you can see how volatile this is. Literally, when we started the video, cake was at $40. Now it's at $41, and hopefully it doesn't pump too much. But it's nice because I'm getting more. You see, I'm acquiring more blank now, right? I just got half a more blank token. Let's see. Okay, so cake. Hopefully we can do it quick this time. So let's go cake. Let's see. Yeah, I apologize for that. But I mean, that's just a great example. As I was saying, if you can't handle these short-term problems, that like this probably isn't for you, because this industry, you have ridiculous percentage gains. You can't expect an industry with ridiculous gains, like a 40x gain in this example. I have to approve it again and kind of set this all up. Okay. So you can't expect an industry like this to not have massive pullbacks or problems. That's part of it. It's high risk, high reward. So you can ride the high reward side, but if the high risk side, if you don't have a proper risk tolerance and you don't understand yourself and your kind of own, I guess you could say, like investing comfortability, you could say, then maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you should just go buy an ETF, move away from DeFi, go back into the central banking system. There's nothing wrong with that, except that I wouldn't necessarily be doing that, especially if you're young. I mean, it's important to identify things like this. I personally think that, this crypto space is really going to revolutionize, finance in general, clearly. But there must be some problems with the network. There's like some network congestion. But okay, but I'm determined to get this done. So even if it takes long, I will stay on the video, even if it's going to be a long video. This is why I have timestamps, because I'll probably like make a timestamp where it's like problem with cake to blank, and then another timestamp to when the transaction finished, just so you guys can see this, and then you can see that it pops right back into your MetaMask. Okay, good. Yes. Okay, transaction confirmed. Let's swap it. Come on. Let's go. Now this is, again, usually these transactions are super fast on Binance Smart Chain, but this is where I see Solana really innovating, and Polygon is an interesting play as well. Also Atom, but Terra Luna is also a great one. I talk about this in the video on top 3 alternatives to Uniswap, where Uniswap has 30 TPS transactions per second, or something like Terra Luna, 50,000 TPS. So ridiculous when you compare those two. I might have to. I have some nice food here that room service just brought. So hopefully this goes quickly so I can get to my food. But let's see. As I was saying, I mean, usually it's very, very fast, but again, it shows the example why something like Solana is incredible. Hopefully this loads. Let's hope. All right, we're good to go. The transaction confirmed. We can see it here on BSC Scan. This is essentially the blocks explorer for the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. Had to cut out the kind of middle period there. It took a little bit longer because number one, this is an asset that you're adding onto the exchange. Plus, it's always important to look at what times you're doing this. So the time that I'm actually recording this is typically when BSC is most congested. But I have a lot of things going on with traveling and all these kind of different changes. So I kind of had to record it now, but I'm glad this went through. So now you'll be able to see it in your MetaMask account. It's literally as simple as that. You can also use Uniswap. And as far as if you have any other questions goes, everything's pretty much straightforward from there. It's, you purchase the token, you have it on MetaMask, then hopefully you can put it into a more secure wallet like Blank Wallet. So yeah, now I have some Blank tokens for basically $1. When I originally got in, actually, I mean, relatively, like the majority of I haven't really purchased any more PancakeSwap after it's gone above like $20. The majority of it was around like 60 to 80 cents that I got in. So it feels pretty nice to be able to just like do a little practice video and just toss one little like 60 cents in and get 20 Blank tokens, which is a low cap project. So this is all the power of identifying early stage projects, understanding the fundamentals, the technicals, the sentimentals, and then understanding the on-chain data. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to stay up to date. As always, invest global, and until next time.